Okay. Was this actually stopped out? Yeah, this is stopped out. So again, not why this play failed, just we're way too high. We're rejecting a bearish fair value gap, right? Even though I was expecting us to go through it, right, which I still expect us to go through at some point this morning. Just you can't be longing up here, way too high. Okay, I'm logging into my personal account, but there's no way in hell I would take this. And then you can see what happened here is this looks like a seek and destroy profile where you get the fair value gap, you get the beautiful long. We hit the first high, we just don't finish the play. And we just hit this high and dump. So we should hit this low. Okay. Again, I'm not posting anything in the indexometer yet about where buy side is marked down in the queue because I don't see any good fair value gap good enough to tell me what, to tell me that we're going up, right? All I see is we're rejecting this one right here. Okay, until we really break above this with displacement, there's nothing interests me in going long here. Okay, so nothing at all. But I do like these equal highs. So at market open, I definitely will be looking for a profile to go long or a framework to go long. Okay, where's plans? We do have CPI on Wednesday, by the way, guys. So that could lead to some seek and destroy profiles. What's up, Jackson? Alright. You're in Miami? Oh, that's sick. Is Tradeify laggy for anyone else? Fasty. So I have some of my old. I have some of my
connection
old videos recorded for live streams. I'm recording this one. Okay, so I'll be posting this one, but I don't record them every day. I'm gonna start recording them every day, and what I'll do is I'll upload them for premium members only. If I want to make like a YouTube video like about something else, not a live session, then I'll upload them still for private members. Okay. Do you guys understand why do you understand why I predicted I was gonna stopped out before I actually did get stopped out? Right. Hopefully you guys watched my low resistance liquidity video. What's up, Mitch? This is what you demoed on. Yes. Yeah, like I said, Zoro, I could have shorted that. Right. This was a good short. I was just gambling that we're gonna break this. So. The only reason I wouldn't short this is because we could have just rocketed above this and hit buy side right then, right there, right? And I know that for a fact, right? We have equal highs here. I would never, ever short this, ever. Okay? I'm not shorting with untapped buy side above. It makes no sense. Can you guys all hear me? Type 1 if you can hear me. Because everyone's saying that, or Slow-Mo said, turn up your mic volume. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, turn up your, well, my mic's at 100% for volume. I'll just check. You can right-click my name and just adjust my volume. Oh, wait, I know why. Because of this. Okay, is that better? Wait, hello? 1 second. Alright, is that hello, is that better? Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay, perfect. All right, sorry about that. So everything's good now. Oh, sorry about that. All right, type 1 if you understand why I just predicted that I was going to get stopped out before I even did get stopped out. Okay, so that's good. All right, now type 1 if you saw this low resistance liquidity forming before I even pointed out and knew I was going to get stopped out based off my video. Be honest. Good. Okay, and also type 1 if you understand why, even though I knew we were going to break this, right, why I still don't short. Okay, Moisey said 0. So basically, Moisey, the reason is because two things. Okay, it's not because ICT posted buy sit up here, right? I saw this buy sit before he said anything. But basically, me and ICT both think what? There's buy sit above here on NQ, right? We have some equal highs in the 5-minute. So even if a short works down here, like it's not good to take, right? You're not going to catch ICT looking for shorts when he has buy side labeled up here, right? Same thing with me. I'm not going to look for shorts if we have buy side labeled up here. So that's why. So if you want to be really disciplined, that was not a good short. But if you made money in that play, good job. Again, I could reverse my position, made a couple handles, but I don't really care. I don't want to short up here. I'm just gonna wait for like the market open. Alright, that's so weird. I don't know if I can get footprints, guys. They updated it since they bought out Tradeify. They say to pay $59 a month for it, which I can do, but I don't know if that's worth it. That's kind of dumb. I'm gonna ask my footprints are basically. You get the footprints. One-time payment. Yeah, that's what I did. I paid one time. I paid for lifetime, which gave me footprint charts, and now I don't see them. With buy side above, how far do you go back to check? The last week, obvious buy side, last session. Well, here's the thing. There's a difference between marking this as buy side and, like, I know there's obviously buy side right here, right? But really, like, the buy side, when I mark something as buy side, that means I think we're going to hit it, okay? I'm not just going to mark this as buy side yet because I don't know if we're going to hit it. Like this run and this one, I would say we're going to go for this one today, okay? This buy side here. Okay, after that, I'll kind of reassess and be like, okay, now we'll look further back, see if we're getting displacement above this, and maybe if we are, now I expect us to go hit this one. Maybe I'll hop on the train and try to look for a long setup. So really, it's like I'll go to the previous day's high and maybe the overnight high, and that's what I'll have marked as buy side. I won't go too much further back until I see us displays above that. Yeah, I know, Silver. We have ICT. I can trade fine without footprints. They're nice to have. So sometimes, if you 1 second, Ack, and I'll answer you in a second. You get that, Basti? So it's like I'll look at the previous day high first. That's where my main target is, and then after that I'll kind of go to the left more. Anyways, I see like the footprint things. ICT talks about these 1 second charts with gaps in them, like voids, right, where they're actual gaps. The footprint charts will show those, and they'll basically be zeros in the bids, and they're voids in the footprint chart, and they always end up getting filled. That's another reason why I like them, because usually within like the next 24 hours, we'll go up and fill that gap. So it's like they're also good for that because I can see those, and they're good to see like where a bunch of orders are sitting. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, that might be why nobody. So, okay, so Atkins said, do you keep looking for longs even if price is going down? In this situation here, I'm not gonna... If I see us kind of cut below this and get like a bearish displacement with a fair value gap, I'll look to short down here. But if price keeps going down here, I'm just going to be waiting for a long setup rather than taking short, because I'm confident I know where the draw on liquidity is, but I'm not confident when we're going to hit it. So like if we were to get an SMT in a short here, I wouldn't mind taking it, but it's really against treat these as equal highs, right? ICT is this marked as buy side, I have this marked as buy side. It's like it's really against my rules and against ICT's rules to short with buy side above, right? So that's kind of my take on that.
Connection.
Alright, I gotta contact Ninja support. Oh, I bet you I know why. It's because when I open my Ninja Trader, my my license key probably isn't here. That's probably why. Yeah, it says volume and balance, but is it okay? Yeah, it says volume balance between 6 and 7. I don't see a volume and balance here. Unless you're talking about this one right here. The king of here. The king of NQ. Account plan. Oh, I don't know my Ninja license key.
Connection.
Wait, let me see if I can find this. Yeah, I don't know where I'd find my, damn it. Yeah, it's my, license key. Okay, let me email support. Okay, what the hell just happened? Is this new? Oh wait, never mind. The market just opened. I just forgot. Okay, so market just opened. NQ wicked up pretty high there and just rejected this 15-minute fair value gap. Until this is my condition right now. Really, until we can get back above this, I'm not expecting a run to these equal highs yet. Okay, I want to see a displacement above this fair value gap and like a nice violation of it. Oh, I need the email support first. Alright, there we go. That's my email. And still holding this, right? So this is still not bullish to me yet, right? This is bearish. As long as we hold this down, right? Even though it's bearish, am I going to short? No, because we've equal highs above. We're in this higher time frame fair value gap right here, so I'm just gonna wait to see if we get a long setup, and I think that'll be the best play. One second, I'm trying to look for my email that I have set with this account. Alright, that's it. Account number. So we're going back up into this fair value gap. Again, I'm expecting this to be broken, okay? Don't want to short this. Yes, it's very, very weak here, wow. NQ is still holding up, kind of. Yes, definitely does not help. Yeah, the only thing that makes me bearish is that new week opening gap. But Logan said that yesterday in chat, which I agreed with. I don't like how he opened above it, because that means we go to fill it sometimes and then we go up. So we just might have to wait till then. But again, ICT's like he has buy side marked up here, so. Like, he thinks the same thing, but it's just, you can't really predict the order. You have to wait till you see the setup to see when we're going to actually hit buy side, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't see the 1 hour volume imbalance. Oh, unless you're talking about right here. We might go as low as below the equilibrium in the 1 hour one. There's a fair value gap there. Yeah, like if we go this low, that's fine. Okay. I'm sure ICT's not gonna short this though. I'm not gonna short. I'm just gonna wait till we get the long setup probably. And I might even, what I might try to do is even hold my long past this high. I'm not sure yet. Yes, exactly, yeah. 4.49. Oh, wow, I missed it. You're right. This is the volume balance you're talking about. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, wow, we held that. Yep, exactly, McGuire. So we got all these confluences right here. We got all these confluences. We just gotta wait for the setup now. So you got like you guys are saying, oh, we got the Judas swing, we got the volume imbalance, right? We got all these confluences, right? This is when we wait, right? And this is still like an hourly fair value gap 2 and Q. Okay, if this was a 1 minute time frame, there's no way in hell I'd take this, right? If we're just too high, we hit buy side. There's no way in hell I'd ever take this fair value gap. But if we were to get like a confirmation long setup from it, then I'd possibly try to take it. That's what I'm trying to say here. Purchase a long time ago. Alright, just submitted my case. Boom. Alright, so we're still holding this, which I like. This is where I'd look for the long setup. Yeah, nice call out on the volume imbalance. I did not know what you're talking about. I might have to zoom in a little bit, but yeah, we held that perfectly. Wow. Yo, what's up, Howie? As long as you guys can hear me and I'm not cutting out, then good. Yeah, I just won. I don't know if y'all got games on your phone. Yes, definitely looks. See what I mean about earlier? I was saying I would have rather long DS because it's much closer to buy side. Like you can see, like ES is still being pulled up even though NQ is dumping, right? Which tells me ES is definitely the stronger one at the moment. Again, we don't have to get a long off this just because if this was the woman, I'd definitely not long this. But if we do, wouldn't mind taking it. I don't know. I just put it on there. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Will it give us anything? Also, what do you guys see that's kind of forming here a little bit? It's not the cleanest, but it's still technically forming. Type in chat. Yes, it is patented. Market maker buy metal? No, not necessarily. The latency, yeah, it's Sully. I don't know. Mine is fine. Yes, exactly, Chloe. We got some nice low resistance liquidity for him. So, how do you, using my education from the video, how do I know when this is going to be hit? Yes, it's an algorithmic trend line. But I'm not sure when it's going to be hit yet because I don't see any long setup. Like, there's kind of this volume balance here, but I don't see any like good fair value gap, textbook fair value gap entry for us to break this yet. Okay, I know it should break at some point. I just don't know when yet. Yes, exactly. When we get a setup, which sometimes this doesn't happen, right? There's a lot of low resistance liquidity video. There's a lot of low resistance examples in that video I didn't go over where we broke them, but we never got a setup. Okay, there's a lot. So I just went over the ones where we got the setup and then we broke them, right? But there's low resistance liquidity that I'll predict were hit, but we don't get the setup. And NQ is just dumping here, right? And I'm not surprised, right? This is not a fair value gap at long in the first place. But you can just see. Oh, this is a 2-minute volume balance, not a 5-minute. You can just see like ES is still technically holding up here, so one of the questions I still have for ICT, if I could talk to him one-on-one, is why, like, I don't understand why he marks buy side right here to open the day when we're just so high up in the premium. I seriously don't get it. Like, I'll mark it, but I'm not going to say we're going to hit it like I usually do because this is a whole different day. If it was Friday, then yeah, I would have said we're going to hit it. But it's a whole different day. We're way up in the premium. I don't know why he's marking buy side when, like, that's literally a top signal, right? It's like you fade guys on Twitter. That's something to fade. Like, I'm not sure why he marks it when we're so high. He knows something that I don't for sure because he's marking it this high. But, like, it's still... I don't think it's good to do that because you're going to get guys in his replies trying to long really high, which is, you need a textbook. Like, if I will long this high, but we need a textbook setup. I'm not longing anything like half-ass here just because it's way too risky. What's the difference between ICT's six sister idea compared to a normal SMT? I don't even know what six sister means. I saw him like mention, it's just a new word he came up with, which I probably understand what it means, I just don't know what it means. Lagging index, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why he couldn't just say lagging index and he has to say six sister. Yeah, like I said, I know what a lagging index is. I'm not going to call it six sister. That's kind of weird, but... Oh, and Q's still dumping. See how this... We just have to be patient here, right? I've seen no good long setup yet, okay? There's nothing to long, right? This is the beauty of ICT, right? You can't long if there's no setup to long. If you guys watched that video I posted on Twitter the one day, remember when I was looking for a long setup? We didn't get it till later, but all that whole morning we never even got longs. And then we ended up just going for sell side. I still like if we break through this volume imbalance, I think this is a possibility, but I don't want to say it just yet because it's like, okay, if we get a long setup here, I wouldn't mind taking it. But the dream scenario would be something like this. Like this is the dream scenario where if we can retrace all the way down here, that would be perfect. Right? So again, we know the bias is bullish, we just don't know how far down we're going to go yet. So this is where you just have to wait for structure to tell us. Say what constant encroachment when you could just say midpoint. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. Alright, let's see if ICT's tweeted anything about why it marked buy side so high. Wait, and he marked Euro USD buy side. Let's see if this hit. He marked this earlier. Was this the hourly? This is the 1 hour. Oh yeah, we're still kind of holding the area. So he's also bullish on Euro, so he thinks we're gonna hold this and go up here, obviously, to these equal highs, which yeah, I would agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Alright, we're still holding this. Not the cleanest 1 minute price action. There's just no good displacement candles. Even for like a short, there's no really like, this is barcode volume. I don't really like this yet. Very slow. Has he tweeted anything since he marked buy side so high? I know he hasn't. This is like he's wrong. Like he was expecting that buy side to be taken off of taking out of open. I bet you, right? And I couldn't say it with confidence because we didn't have a long step going up to it yet, right? The only thing we had was this fair value gap right here, which it hit the low hanging fruit target, these equal highs, but we never hit the final target. So he was wrong about that. I'm wondering if we'll take out the equal lows formed out the 5 minute. Yeah, man, that would be my dream. My dream scenario is us going to hit this line, right? I want us to hit this line, and then I want us to get a long setup somewhere like down in this, down here. Like, I'm not sure where yet, but somewhere in this vicinity. That's what I would want. And then that will bring us back up the buy side. Right, that'd be the best case scenario. Okay. The longest coming during, yeah, it could come after 10 a.m. This low should hit. I don't want to say this low is gonna hit yet. Let's just, yeah, this low should probably hit. I'm not going to post an index commentary yet because I try to keep the bias the same in index commentary. I don't want to switch a bunch of times. Right, we know the bias is bullish. You got to wait for us to sweep and then get some sort of long setup here. See, 5 minute. I don't know if you guys were in my class yesterday, but the recording ended up being really blurry, so I couldn't post it. Sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, I like this candle. Again, if we get a long setup here, I would not mind taking it. NQ showing us a little something. I'm looking at that PC you sent me, Dart. Wow, this is nice. 650. Yeah, that processor's decent. I just, that's worse than my old PC. I wish just said the GPU. That's fine. Ouch, my back. You can't, Esteban. No, I said I was doing it at 5 p.m. Remember I posted 5 p.m. in the event? 5 p.m. Eastern time. Usually I do it later, but yesterday I did do it earlier. Whoever said their Tradeify was laggy -2. Yeah. You still gotta wait, right? There's 9 more minutes till 10 o'clock. It might just not come till 10 o'clock, okay? Time is important too. Ow, my back. Let me check Dart. Yes, that's better. Wow, this is actually good. Yeah, that's way better, Dart. Why is it so cheap? Damn. Ryzen 7. Yeah, much better, Dart. Oh, this is so boring. We're forming a lot of equal highs, so we're building a lot of liquidity up here, okay? So you can see, like right here, we formed equal highs. Right here, we formed equal highs. I do not check DXY, but let me check what DXY is doing. DXY, definitely a little harder to predict here. I think, looks like DXY is going to go for this low. As long as we hold this for a value gap. Does that really mean anything? Not really. I don't really do analysis on DXY really anymore. So we're engineering a lot of buy set above. Just there's no, which again still makes it against our rules to short this, right? We got these equal highs inside this for a value gap, so still against our rules to short. So just I think it's gonna be better to just wait to see if we get like this zone down here. Okay, I'm waiting to see this low. Like I said, this low should be taken out. Okay. Technically, this is an SMT right now, but based off the momentum of this candle and the fact we're way in a premium, I'd expect this low to be taken out. And then we'll see if we get a long when we come in this zone on NQ. Because really, like, this is a situation where because I'm not a short here, like, I could care less if this is hit or not, right? Because I know the SMT. Okay, this is why I wait for structure, right? This is the next fair value gap to where, okay, if we just place above this, I'll look for a long. And we still got these equal highs as well. So because I'm not a short, I don't care if this low gets hit or not. Right? It doesn't matter to me. That short played out nice, Toro? Yeah, it did play out nice. Okay, I still wouldn't have shorted it probably. This also is an order block as well, but if you watch my order block video, what kind of order block is this? Yes, exactly. This is a low probability order block. Why? It's because this is really a doji candle, so on an order block I really like to be like a, yeah, exactly, shitty order block. Good way to put it. So that's why I really haven't marked it, really, because it's just not a good order block. It's more of it's a doji candle. Okay, 3 more minutes till 10 o'clock. This is the Asia low. So this line I marked is the Asia low. Please show me. Yes, fair value gap need to break. Was it? Yes, it's a 5 minute right here. 5 minute SIBI. If we can really just place above this and then get a long set up, then that would be a good long. I just don't know when it's going to happen. Meaning 4444 was sell side, which was hit. Yeah, this was the only reason I like this is sell side is because there's equal lows. So you can see how as soon as we hit these equal lows, right, price starts
connection
to
lost.
lag a lot. Good. This is good. Sitting on your hands and being patient for your setup is 100. Is 100 what? Yeah, I know. Again, I'm very good at being patient, right? I can wait for the long all day and be satisfied. I don't have to short this. This is the discipline you want. Your charts are incredibly clean. You don't even keep track of all the new week opening gaps. Yeah, I mean I do on a separate chart. I just don't have them open right now. The only time I really use new week opening gaps and new day opening gaps is like, I can use them right now if I want. Is really when we are kind of stuck in between two spots, and I'll be like, okay, is this a new week opening gap or whatever, and I'll kind of see if we get a long setup off it. So if I add the indicator. So like right here, I know this is a new day opening gap, but like, why would I use this new day opening gap? I know we're rejecting it, but I'm not going to use this if I'm bullish. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I just don't feel the need to. It's interesting, we never even closed above it here. Oh, yeah, we did it in the 15-minute, but in the hourly we held that. But yeah, it's like we're in the spot where I know it's a bunch of combined new week opening gaps, new day opening gaps, but if I think buy side's up here and if ICT thinks buy side's up here, well then, is he going to say anything about this? Probably not. So it all depends on higher time frame context. Is it good to see that there's a new week opening gap here, and is it good to see why maybe we're struggling here? Yeah, of course, but it's still like, it still shouldn't be relevant. Okay, so we took out those equal highs that I marked. I'm gonna just check out YM real quick. See, YM also is untapped buy side up here too. Okay, see this? Let's see, we're inside this fair value gap in YM as well. So YM also is untapped buy side. Honestly, this is again not a fair value gap I'd probably trade a long, but it's still a fair value gap where I'd look for a confirmation long out of it, if that makes any sense. Because again, like I said, this is weighing the premium, so I think the better long would be like a inducement if we induced under this low. But if we were to get a confirmation entry here, I'd still probably try it. But this is YM. I don't trade YM really, but same kind of deal in ES and Q. Okay, so I like this push up. Okay, this is another 15-minute fair value gap, right? So this looks like a textbook short, okay? But I'm not going to short it because I would rather be patient and wait for the textbook long. And I like this displacement too. So we just hit that 5-minute SIBI, okay? You can see we're rejecting it so far. Okay, this is why this is important, okay? This is really my indication of, are we going to flip bullish here or not yet? And you can see it's kind of combined with this order block. And I love when the order blocks and SIBIs are combined, okay? Because this is basically 2 PD arrays. So ICT says if you break 3, right, price, you're likely wrong in price. So this and this break, that would be perfect. And we still have this low resistance liquidity right here, right? On the market structure shift, we have bullish fair value gap in 1 minute time frame. And see, I guess you can say that. I guess this is like this is like an inverse bullish fair value gap, but it doesn't really line up. Like, I love taking inverses when they're lined up with another one, right? There's no other one here. I mean, there's this, but it's kind of tiny. And if we got back down here, we would probably go back to this low just because it's low resistance liquidity right here. Okay. This is a low resistance liquidity where I typically don't care about this because this isn't, it's like the equal highs rule, right? I know this is still an SMT, okay? And I know we've lowered this liquidity above. So because this is still an SMT technically, I don't care as much about it, but I'll still mark it. But this is the low resistance liquidity where it wouldn't be against our rules so long because I know this still is an SMT. But I probably went long this just because this is just a retracement to a higher time frame PD array. I'd probably wait for the second setup if we got it off here, even though I'm still bullish. But really, like, it's just this inverse fair value gap, right? If we have an inverse fair value gap right here and we're using a support, right? I do not want us to go below this, okay? So technically, if we were to get to here, what does that tell me? That tells me this probably is going to fail, okay? So this is another reason why I wouldn't really want to long this. Maybe if this inverse fair value gap wasn't here, then I'd try it. But because it is, right, I would not want to see a break below this. Just gonna keep this drawn as well. If we get like a second setup off this, I wouldn't mind taking it too. So like, I'm not gonna long this blindly, but maybe if we were to get something like this and then another fair value gap, I'd long like the second retracement and then look for an upside move. Little W. And then we'll so that's what I'll take, but I'm not gonna blindly long this yet. So why I'm holding. So why I'm still holding this as well. Again, the reason why we're consolidating and just so much here is because these new day opening gaps, I'm sure, right? There's three stacked on top of each other. Okay, this is where we get major consolidation in these new day opening gaps and these new week opening gaps. All right, let's see. If they can give us a long here, that would be the only play I do today. You just gotta wait. I don't like how ES is coming down under this. Really, I'm gonna base my thesis off NQ at the moment. I do not like this low resistance liquidity, as I said, so this is why I'm not blonging this, because I know this is low resistance liquidity. So this is why I'm saying, okay, even though this looks like a good fair value to long, wait to see if we get a second setup. Even like this right here, this is low resistance liquidity, so that's another reason why. So it looks like we're holding right now, right, which is good. We could get confirmation set up here. Okay. Could I have blindly long this? Probably. Okay. Is that my trading style? Is that my model? Not really. Okay, I'm sure some of yours, I'm sure some of you just long that, but not typically my trading style. I like to have a high win rate, so I wait for the confirmation set up, especially when I see something like this form, right? I'm not trusting this yet, because this many low resistance liquidity, right? We got stops here, stops here, stops here. So these could easily be run. Yes, Aldrin, that's what I'm waiting for. Also, if you look at the 15-minute, all this is a rejection of this 15-minute fair value gap, right? So really not bullish in the higher time frame. I'm just trying to get like an early entry in the 1 minute. Great narrative. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is where you have to set a lot of conditions. Right? I'm basing everything on multiple charts. I'm not basing my thesis on only NQ at the moment, or else I'd long this, right? Because I see this low resistance liquidity here, it's just I'm gonna wait, right, until like get some sort of confirmation set up. And even though I know this is SMT, I still know this untapped low here, which is just another reason why it's risky to long this yet. Right, as soon as we sweep, if we can sweep this low and then get a long setup, I'd probably be more willing to blindly slap something like this. If that was the case. But because we haven't really swept this low, I'm just kind of waiting. But yeah, if you want to have a high win rate, you got to have really, really complicated narratives and really complicated, okay, this is a condition I just set, this is a condition I set, blah, blah, blah. And see, we're getting some low resistance liquidity right here. Right, 3 touches, 1, 2, 3. Still don't trust the S. How do you balance waiting for low to be swept versus taking it showing an SMT? That's the thing, Pico. You don't, okay? Even though I know this is an SMT right here, right? We made a higher high. I'll play whatever I see. If we were to get a long setup, violate this and get another long setup, then I'd be like, okay, we have an SMT, this long should work. But if I don't see long, well then I'm just gonna wait for this low to be hit. So really, right now is it looks like we're gonna come down to this low, if I'm being honest. Okay, because we have low resistance liquidity, we have equal lows here. Even though NQ pumped really nicely off that, right? I'm still not trusting it. This looks like we're gonna come and hit this low. And then once we hit this low, I'll just kind of reassess and wait for another time frame or another long. And like I said, all this is a retracement to a fair value gap on the 15-minute right here. So that's another reason. And if you guys know, like where's always the target? Where's always the target after we hit a fair value gap, right? Target's always sell side. So even though it doesn't have to be this low on NQ, 3D analysis tells us that the target should be this low right here. And this is all this was a rejection from the SIBI, right? I said if I went to long, I want to see a violation of this, right? Did we really violate this? Not really. Yeah, we should, McGuire. Again, this is kind of a sloppy silver bullet. Okay, so there's the low. Like I said, low resistance liquidity there. We violated this long fair value gap, which I said I wanted long in the first place. And you can see it brought us all the way down. That's about a 5-minute move. So again, I'm just gonna keep waiting here. We now made equal lows here. Okay, we made equal lows in the hourly here. So hopefully you know what that means. I don't even have to say it. Again, if we were to sweep these and get a long setup, that'd just be perfect. Does there need to be a displacement for an SMT valve? There's different strengths of SMTs. Like if you use the SMT indicator, you can set it to like 5 strength, which means there needs to be a lot of displacement for it to be an SMT. But really, there's no rule for how much displacement you should get. Not really any rule. Like an SMT is an SMT. Alright, come on. Sweep these equal lows, please, to give us a long setup. Yeah. This still is an SMT. Oh, wait, is it? This still is an SMT, right? We took out this low. But these are hourly equal lows. Okay. Am I really going to expect this to be an SMT? Probably not, right? I'm going to expect these to get swept. and then I think that would be the safer long. There's no way these don't get swept here. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just, this could be an SMT and we could get a long setup. It's just, these are hourly equal lows. I think it's much safer to rather wait. I think it's just safer to wait. Has ICT tweeted anything since he posted that buy side weigh in premium? Jeremy on Twitter said, I'm watching for longs here. If we get displacement, right? He has the same idea as me. I'm sure a lot of ICT traders have the same idea as me at the moment. So, if you look at Jeremy, he actually posted a long setup right now. Where did he even post this on? I think based off the rejection block or something. Oh, he's done the 3 minute. He posted, so again, lots of different trading styles on Twitter. He's basically posting a long right here, and his stop's going to be below this low, and his target's up here. Okay, is this my model? Absolutely not. I'm gonna wait for confirmation, right? I'm not gonna long a rejection block because they fail a lot. So I'm gonna wait, but that's, again, we all are looking at the same bias right now. Okay, these equal lows should be swept here. That's 3 touches now. Like I said, there's no way these aren't swept. You could literally probably just shorted that pop and then fine, but I'm not going to chase yet. Has ICT lost his touch since he's coaching too much? Kind of like PJ Professional who just gives lessons and doesn't play anymore. He hasn't lost his touch. He just, I don't know, whenever he tweets, he's kind of, they're not great tweets in my opinion. Like he tweeted a buy side target way in premium this morning, which I seriously don't get why. I mean maybe a little bit, but I don't really know. Okay, so there's the low. The low is swept now. Okay, so this is good. Again, still waiting for displacement to the upside. Look what happens as soon as you sweep the low, right? We bounce, right? There's going to be a lot of reach out traders trying to short this breakout. Yeah, it was a 1-tick sweep, which I don't like, but it's fine. If we get a long setup, I still wouldn't mind taking it. Ugh, killer turtle soup that. It's fine. Did I name turtle soup that? Again, turtle soup is not really my model, so. We wait for the high confirmation setups. You went long, Lucky? You did, John? Nice. Again, if I'm long, if I'm trying to look for a long here, like I would expect the turtle soups to work. It's just not my model, not something I feel comfortable taking on a live account. ICT is at hospital today with Mama ICT. Okay, that might be why. Yeah, he probably. So yeah, I forgot about that. Keep her in your prayers, by the way. So yeah, so he's probably in his phone and just he probably doesn't see everything. I know, McGuire. I would have too. I totally agree with that. I don't like how you only ran this by 1 tick. Not the cleanest price action. See, like now we have this fair value gap. This is one of those low risk buys, but we just ran this by a tick, so I'm not really sure I like this that much. But it is a low risk buy. We could try it. You know what? I'll try this with a 2-point stop. I mean, I guess that's fine. See, I don't know if I want to go my real account here because it's really against our rules, right? We only swept this by a tick, so I don't really trust this. Probably not. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stay disciplined. I'm not doing it. Again, I'm waiting for the perfect unicorn textbook setup here. Yeah, they are probably trying to trick us. You can see how well NQ finally ran that low resistance liquidity. I'll see if this still works. I'm not going to long this just because I don't like how we only swept this by a tick. Usually what I say is this, if this ever happens, we usually come back and hit it. But so I'm not going to long this. I almost did, but I'm not. Cancel my limit order. And I would have done that on my personal account. But like this is one of those like low risk buys where it's not a high probability setup, but like the risk is only 2 points, so it's like like you could try it, but you could even try it. What risk reward would this be? This would be a 7.4 risk reward. Wow. So again, it's one of those low probability setups. Can I take it? Yes. Am I going to? No. I'm gonna wait to see if we get like a second setup maybe off this, just because I don't trust how we only swept this by a tick. I have great discipline. Sometimes my discipline's too good, but thank you. I appreciate it. Again, if you're a risk reward trader and you care more about risk reward, this is like not a bad risk reward play where, okay, if we can take out this high, that's when it's 7% to break even. But if you want to have a good win rate, not the typical play you want to take, right? We only swapped this by a tick. I wouldn't trust it yet. There's going to be people who care about wins and losses, and there's going to be people who care about good risk reward. So it just depends on what type of person you are. Yeah, I know, McGuire. That's exactly what happens. So McGuire said if this fails and runs deeper and he longs this, it's gonna like mess him up, and the next long he sees he's gonna be scared to take. That happens to me too. This is another reason why I don't want to take that, because if that happens, that's gonna not want to make me long down here if we were to get it. I totally feel you on that. And yeah, there's not really good market structure shift here yet either, right? There's no good displacement over this high, which is why it's a low probability buy, but it's also low risk. Okay, that's another thing. So it's low risk but low probability. You have to understand the difference. If you can take this and have a 2-point stop and be satisfied, and with a loss, great, take it. Okay, but if you're gonna be mad if this loses, then I just would stay out of it. Yeah, so basically what Jeremy saw is he probably saw the low resistance liquidity forming, and this is a rejection block because right here we're holding this 15-minute fair value gap, right? So it's basically a 15-minute fair value gap play. He just doesn't realize it. So you have this wick into this 15-minute fair value gap. We bounce, and then this would be a rejection block because one, we have a slight SMT here. Right, and yes, we hit the low, and here we never hit the low. So like he was probably thinking long right here based off this SMT, and then yeah, that's probably why. So there's an SMT. This wick rejected a higher time frame fair value gap, so he was expecting us to hold this wick. That was a good entry by him though, if he caught that. Again, not my model. Looks like this is going to fail. Again, it might not fail. I don't know. I'm not in it or anything. Okay. ICT says a 1 tick sweep is still fine, especially during silver bullet time. I'm going based off of what I've seen. I've not had good success with 1 tick sweeps. That's my opinion on them, right? I do not have good success with them. So this is why I'm not taking this play. We also have a fair value gap right here. Same kind of deal, right? This is an SMT, so this could still end up working, but it's basically just because the 1 tick sweep is stopping me from taking it. Because it's like, imagine a 1 tick sweep, right? Do we really think we stopped out these guys in the hourly chart? Probably not, right? If you look at the hourly chart and look at all the people who probably went long at these 15-minute equal lows, there's probably a lot of people. So it doesn't really look to me like they got stopped out. So it's just not something I trust taking. I'd rather see like a more explosiveness to it. They work sometimes, just not enough to be a high win rate, and I care more about my win rate than risk reward rate. Because I think you can have a high win rate with decent risk reward and still be good. Yes, exactly LP trades. Yeah, 1 tick sweep does not scream liquidity grab. I totally agree with that. So yeah, that's my reasoning for not taking this. You're probably gonna see some ICT traders on Twitter chart along this. Okay, if it works, great, but not my model. I'd rather see more of a sweep. Yes, that's what I'm waiting for, Dylan. Really just on, it doesn't matter if we sweep, like in this situation, it wouldn't matter to me if we sweep NQ. On NQ, it's like, we're in this 15, if we could sweep on ES, like by a couple, like by a point or two, and then still stay in this 15-minute fair value gap on NQ, then that would be fine for me. We wouldn't have to see the sweep on NQ. As much as this looks like a textbook long, I'm really disappointing myself to stay out of this because I don't like how we swept this only by 1 tick. This is definitely a like if this wasn't like this is 100% a textbook long on NQ, but the 1 tick sweep makes this more of like a B or C setup. It's like whenever I see this, I always say this is an accident, right? Really, the algorithm it tried taking the stops, didn't take the stops, so it's probably most of the time does come back. Yeah, Mr. Turner, it's not bad to take along here. It's just from my experience and from how long I've done doing this, I do not have high success rate with 1 tick sweeps. Right? I like a more explosiveness to them. I'm just going based off my past experiences. Nothing to do with really the setup itself. Experience wins. Yes, I do agree with that. Usually how many ticks are, at least like a point or two. Anything a point or over I would consider a good sweep. So we hit the low. So I still don't like this. We hit the low, we just didn't sweep it again. So technically it didn't hit the stop loss yet if you did long, which is crazy. Yeah. I always like to consider, like, theoretically if I long this would I've gotten stopped there. Like, stop hasn't been hit yet. Just gonna end up working. I don't care if it does. No, I'm not, Owen. Again, I don't. Typically, I will not alert every single day, but you can see I tried alerting that play, but I kind of stopped myself there before, because I kind of take a look at the situation, right? I don't like what I see. I see too many equal lows, right? So I kind of just wait. But that would have been a play I would have alerted for you guys if I liked the condition there, which I did not really. Basically, you don't want to enter in the left side of the V and get in on the right side. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I know, McGuire. That's why I want a more, like, a bigger sweep. If this works, do I care? No, I do not. There's going to be more trading days. That's the important part to understand in trading. I do not give a shit if this works, right? I still know the bias. It just doesn't mean I'm gonna execute because I don't like the condition we're in right now. The condition being we only swept it by a tick. So it is working, which do I care? No, I do not, right? Mr. Turner, if you're still in, I would set your stop to break even. If we take out this high, set your stop to break even. Because if we break this high and then go back down, we're probably gonna go back down to these equal entries. Yeah, Sully, I would agree with something like that. Yes, they are very sus here. I don't like them. This is would I long this? Type 1 if I long it, type 2 if I wouldn't. Or if you would. Owen said 1? Alright, I hope you're trolling. Yeah, so no, I would not long this just because these equal lows below, right? It's against my rules. I know if equal highs above, which this could easily work, but I'm not trying to guess the order, right? Whether we sweep the equal lows or equal highs first. I would rather wait. Oh, no. Okay, I got you. Yes, I agree. It's an L long. If you want to have a good win rate, this is not the long you want to be taking. I know other SCT traders probably took this on Twitter and they're going to post about it, but I just don't think it's a good long. It's only an L if you close and drawdown. Yeah, you're not wrong. If we can, like, a good meaningful sweep of these and then long, that's when I'll long. Hopefully we get it here. Come on, let's hit it. Oh wow, on Q I just looked. See, this is, again, on Q, same kind of idea. It's like, I know Jeremy on Twitter went long at the rejection block, but not really my model. Not something I'd think of safe. Not something I'd probably long. Okay, so there's the low. So you can see like how this is a little more of a meaningful sweep right here. Okay, 41425. We swept it by 3 ticks. Wait, 25, 20. We swept it by 3 ticks, which this is a little more meaningful, and this is definitely very meaningful. So, well, now you just got to keep waiting. So, again, if you took that long, now you know 1 tick sweeps are not good too long. Okay, right? I almost alerted the play, but I stopped myself because just based off experience, right? I'm not trying to risk that. I really want to try like a turtle soup entry, but I'm just gonna sit out. Again, not my model. I could demo trade it right now, but I'm gonna don't want to do any demo trades at the moment. Yeah, exactly. So like, there's gonna be ICT traders on Twitter who took this long, and they're not gonna say anything about it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Fat sweep plus displacement or no trade. Yes, I love that rule. It's a really good rule. You're long on Q dart. Okay, I don't think a long's bad here. I'm waiting for my model. I don't see it yet. This is how you buy your computer. All right, good luck, man. I hope this works out for you. It's like me. It's like I'm an America's Got Talent judge, and you said, "Oh, I'm long." It's like, all right, good luck, man. I'm rooting for you. Like, equal lows at NQ 13,240. Let me check. They're relatively equal, but they're not equal. What was your entry, Dart? I want to break and retest of this break. Yeah, same thing. I'm thinking ads. Same thing I am thinking. 58.5. That's still like a really good entry. Like, man, even if this fails, like, you could literally just have a stop break even and just, it's a free play, you know? Alright, this is an important thing to note. I know this equal lows here. Okay, I don't care about these as much. Okay, I'll still have them drawn, but this is like equal lows where we could leave these and I don't care because VIX is low kind of still. Okay, and these are formed right next to each other, so there's a chance that these are an accident. I'll still kind of have them marked, but if I were to see displacement, I wouldn't mind taking a setup. These are not going to stop me. Right? Obviously, there's no long yet, so. But people ask me, how do I know what, how do you know what equal lows and equal highs to use, right? Like, this one, if we did get a long setup here, I wouldn't mind, like, I wouldn't really care if these were there or not. Yeah, McGuire, we're gonna go way higher. We're gonna go hit this high in NQ. And it's not, I'm not sure how far we retrace here. That's why I'm just waiting for the setup. Yeah, Tradeify is slow today. If you guys are in Tradeify, you might not want to trade. It's really laggy. Apparently, everyone's saying that. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. Where's your target, Dart? If I was the long on NQ, my target, I would probably make my first target these equal highs in ES. So like when ES would take out these equal highs, that's when I would try to. That's when I would scale an NQ position. That's another way to use like 3D analysis, using targets from ES if I'm in a position in the opposite one. I want to see us close back above this inverse fair value gap right here. Yeah, Peanut. So I want to see old fair value gaps get blasted through. I want to see a strong displacement. So some sort of strong displacement like this, and then a fair value gap, and then that's what I'll look for long. Okay, so that's what I'm waiting for. I say take parcels, then you double your position. You're not interested in this 1 minute fair value gap. Oh, this one right here? Not really. I want stronger displacement. This is like a B setup right here. This fair value gap is a B fair value gap in my opinion. Right? I would expect this to take us to these equal highs right here. Alright, so let's see if these get hit. I want these to be broken through.
Connection lost.
You took that sale? Nice. These should be broken through. I want to see. Okay, there we go. So these are now broken through. Okay, there it is. You just passed your Apex challenge, Ryan. Very nice. So now, because we just swept these highs on ES, this is when I would scale someone on Q.
Connection lost.
Ryan, that's awesome. Everyone react with a fire emoji to Ryan's just passed your Apex challenge. Yeah, that's probably smarter to be done. If you don't want to mess with the lagginess on Tradeify, it's probably smarter to be done. Ryan, what size account was it? Sale said, thank you for don't take a tick below sell side liquidity as Turtle Super Bowl. I would have taken that in the past, but I held for the sweep. Beautiful play. Thank you, I appreciate it. Again, I have the experience you guys need. I'll tell you, if, based off my experience, whether I'll like something or not, right? You saw me say, I do not like longing this with no, we barely swept this, right? But like right here, this is more of a meaningful candle, right? This candle right here. And also, what did I say about these equal lows? I said I don't really care about these, okay? Why? Because there's more of a chance of these to be an accident here, right? These do not need to be hit, right? And they're right next to each other on the 1 minute chart. There's only two of them, so don't really hold as much weight. Maybe if there were three, they would have, but again, don't really care. Like I said, didn't really care about these. This is more of a meaningful sweep. Like I said, I could have turtle swooped that, but not my model. I'm just gonna wait. I was sweating. You tried to close and the lag wouldn't let me, but my take profit activated. 50K, very nice. I haven't sweated from trading in a long time. Here's a fair value gap I also probably not take yet. Right? Why? Because this is just a sweep of these equal highs. There's not really enough displacement above this for me to trust this. And also imagine the higher time frame right here, right? The 5 minute time frame. This does not look like a long yet. Okay. You gotta be really good on the 1 minute. Like, I've been on the 1 minute this whole morning. You gotta understand, like, if you look at it from like a 5 minute perspective, this is not really an A+ long setup right now yet. Ryan on point as usual, yes sir. I won't be on point if this fair value gap works and I say not to long it. That'd be not good. Hey, at least you still know my bias. That looks like the NQ is working right here. Dylan, I want a little more displacement. Jack said chase the fuck out of that long to equal highs. Nice. It's like funny because still a lot of you guys catch this long, even though I don't say anything. That's good. If I were to stop being a live voice, right? Could you guys still be self-sufficient? I'm sure most of you could. I'm sure a lot of you could. Maybe your bias wouldn't be as accurate, but I'm sure a lot of you could still be self-sufficient. No? Well, that's not good. I know some of you can. When maybe in like a few months down the road or something. I don't know. You're a few weeks into the ICT okay, well, yeah, Cruiser, it's different for you. I'm talking about people who have watched the videos and have done this for more than 4 or 5 months. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. I'll only be a good teacher if this fails and I said not to lie it. I'm hoping it does, but still, I'm not going to knock draw this for every value gap because it's still an important for every value gap, right? It's just not an A+ setup because we barely swept these with displacement. But it's still really, really good to draw. Okay, don't get that wrong. It's so good for everybody to get to draw because it's still like a B or C setup, right? It may not be like it's not an F setup where no, I never, ever, ever take this, but it's just more of a C or D setup in my opinion. Let's assume this looked a little better. A breakaway. Yeah, yes, I would, McGuire. Yes. The answer is yes to that. Yo, Allie, come up and speak. Yes, I'm waiting for Moon too, Allie. Wait, Ryan, what was the play you took to pass your funded? Like, where exactly did you long? You can see we got some nice low resistance liquidity setting up here too, which again, if you want us to go up, right, this lines up perfectly. Ellie, come up and speak. Hey, what's going on, Ellie? What's up? Well, not the stock market. Alright. W-Riz. No. If Unc was in here, he would agree with you. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're not wrong. It is a stock. Oh. Oh, we got new day opening gap, new week opening gap. New week opening gap way up here. Wow, this is horrible. This is why I don't trade this is why I don't trade stocks, guys. I remember when Roblox was this high. That was crazy. Alright, back to ESM. Oh, we are? Hey. I see that. Okay, so there's a low resistance liquidity break on ES. Again, didn't know it was going to be on that lag. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. All right, let's see if we can catch like a. So this is where like a lot of you asked me like, how do you catch an entry on like a trend day, right? We kind of got one entry already, which I did not catch. This is where I see if we get like a trend continuation play. So this fair value gap did work. It's cool. I don't care. Just not typical. Not my typical setup, right? I don't like long after we receive these equal highs right here. 1050 macro now. Yep, you're totally right. You should be able to see my screen. I got 183 people watching. Nice, Born. Yeah, this was probably a good paper trade if you took that on paper. It's probably a good paper trade, right? Because I know the bias is up, right? So like technically, like if you know the bias is up, right, you can evade some of your rules, being like, okay, if we don't sweep this don't long. But like because I know the bias is up, right, I'm still drawing this fair value gap because I'm still like I still want it to work, right? The more bullish fair value gap works, the more bullish order flow is going to become, which means it's just going to be set up for a nice confident entry. Okay, and we still got this low resistance liquidity on ES, which I want us to break this. Because we did get the setup right here, I probably expected on this leg. What's so funny? In what chat? Wait, in what chat? Wait, where? Oh my god. Alriz. No. Jesus. Dude, this is turning into a Twitch chat. Yep, basically, Mr. Turner. The important thing is, do you understand why the trade you took didn't work, Mr. Turner? Okay, that's what you need to understand. Okay, could it have worked? Yes, it could have. Okay, it definitely could have worked. It wasn't a terrible play, I'll give you that. It wasn't terrible, right? You still had the right idea, just like you still have the right idea, just not good conditions in the 1 minute. Alright, so 1050 macro. I want to see this run now. We have 4 times equal highs right here. One second, I'll check chat in a second. Alright. Yes, that is teasing us. This is like almost a trend line retest. I don't like using that word, but. One minute relative equal lows at 13,269. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is definitely probably a good entry point if we were to get there. Just that's kind of low. It's like almost past the 0.705 range, which I don't like. Oh wait, it's probably right. It's right on it, basically. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal highs here. The target for NQ would be this, right? If we broke out of this, this target should hit an NQ. This is where I wish I could look at a footprint chart right now. I'm waiting for, oh wait, they did email me back. Let me check it. My Ninja Trader key wasn't saved in the thing on my new computer. Okay, so there's the break of the equal highs. And there's the NQ high. Like I said, you should expect if we're this close to the high, right, when we were here and we got equal highs in ES, this pump above should make us hit the equal highs in NQ. All right, let me check this email. Oh, I see. Your license key. Okay. Okay, let me see if this works. I really want to see displacement above these highs for me to be confident we're going higher. So far we've gotten like kind of the moon we wanted, just not as much. Nice D-bull. Yeah, I know, McGuire. It's because just we have CPI on Wednesday, VIX is kind of low, so it's like it's not surprising they didn't deliver the 5 points, but I think this could still deliver the 5 points. All right, let me type this license key in see if I get it. Let's go. Okay, I think I have it now. Let's see. Okay. Alright, let me open back up my Ninja Trader. My lifetime playing a Ninja, it says it expires 12/31 in 2098. So that's not lifetime, clearly. So it thinks I'm going to be dead by 2098? That's kind of rude. I'm living until 2100, baby. Come on, this is boring. We're not getting the displacement above these equal highs that I want. This is why it's just a really good scale spot in general. 5-minute order flow is still not bullish yet, right? We're rejecting this order block. It's also a volume imbalance. You'll know when we violate them, right? You'll see us rip through them. Alright, let me open my Ninja and see if this works. Don't want to log in there. Okay, why doesn't this save? Alright, I gotta change all this stuff. Alright, will I finally get it? Add volumetric minute bid says ask 5 days. Okay, trades. Check. Alright, please work. Hey, it's working. Let's go. We're back in action, boys, with the footprint charts. Alright. These are really ugly. So this is what a footprint chart looks like. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this up right now. Okay, this is not typically what it looks like. I gotta turn a bunch of settings off, and I'll show you how I use them. I used to use them all the time, and I can't because my computer wasn't able to take it. In hindsight, what type of entry was this? Was it A plus, B, or C? Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, it's C plus or B. Yeah, I'd probably consider this a C plus or B, not an A plus because, yeah, not. All right. Well, thank you. Right, it's a B. It's a B because we're still bullish, right? At the same time, they swept what 4 equal lows here, right? So we swept 4 equal lows. The only problem is we never really broke above this with displacement. That's the only one. That's the only problem. So in hindsight, definitely like a B setup. Yeah, I'm waiting for displacement up. I'm still bullish. Like nothing, none of this. Look, this doesn't really look bearish yet. The least I want to see is this for a value gap. Right, this high right here. You can't really tell it's an important high in the 1 minute because it just looks like a generic high, but from the 15 minute, this is why I gotta zoom out. From the 15 minute, it's a high before this fair value gap. Okay, and because we swept this low, is this a fair value gap I'd take short? No, I wouldn't. So I really don't want this to work. I want us to go hit buy side. But it's still something I've marked. Texting AM Trades to send me his footprint settings. I forgot all mine. Color for down, alright, color for up guards, lime green. Yeah, he does. He was. I was the one who got him to use it. Me and DC were, and he likes it. Yeah. And Fib uses it a lot too. I put Fib Nest on it too. He uses them differently than I do. He uses them to see where voids are. So he uses them to see like if there's a zero in the bid, which means we always go to fill it. So kind of like if he has like a harmonic or whatever, I don't really DM him much anymore about where price is going, but when I do, like if he's a harmonic, he just says like, okay, it's matching up on this should hit, whatever. Pretty good, Inferno. Pretty good. I appreciate it. I'll have to DM you later, because about that thing I talked to you about. Alright, hello. Just trying to change all my settings at the moment. Okay, this is a little better. I just need these numbers to be a little more black. Oh wow, that was stacked. Okay, so there's the 15-minute high, finally. So this is the 15-minute fair value gap where, if you weren't along, this is the last spot I'd probably be out, just in case we don't hit buy side. I'm pretty good reclaimed. How are you? Nice, Zoru. The target for bullish is right here, and actually, if you want a target right here, this is probably fine. But really, it's 4163. Yeah, I know. This is why you should have already been long. This is gonna tell us. No. Alright, right here, I want to see if this gets violated. That was beautiful, beautiful, Zoru. Definitely didn't take the same one. Alright, picking the... Nice, Dart. Yeah, Dart, that PC is pretty good. Wait, Dart, what's your PC specs right now? Yeah, breaker blocks are really good. You just have to use them in context. You gotta be very careful. Okay, there we go. These look sexy now. Look how clean this looks. Alright, I just gotta make these a little, This is the sauce right here. I wanna make this like blue. Royal blue, maybe. And, yeah, that's fine. I wanna make these numbers box grid, box outline. What did I just have this on? Was it white? I could do that. That probably looks cleaner. Yeah, Dart, what are your settings in your thing right now? Wait, do you guys like this better or do you guys like this better? First one or second? No bars or bars or no bars? This kind of looks clean. I'm just going to do this. Wow, this is stacked. Man, see, this is what this was stacked right here. Yeah. All right, I'm going to give you a little footprint lesson right now, guys. I need to change how the delta looks. I wish I want to see this. Plus or minus. Dark gray maybe. Yeah, this is fine. No, I don't like this. So this is really cool what I'm about to show you, which would have changed my whole opinion on this play. Some requested to speak. I accepted you if you want. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. Nope. Nope. I need a lighter red. That's fine. Positive new green. So we're rejecting this 15-minute fair value gap so far. NQ is definitely much stronger. Probably want this high to be hit. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this because I want to be able to see the delta on this. It's not showing me the change though. So I like to look at delta too, which I'll explain how to use these in a second. Is that thing with a fair value gap? Yeah. So you can see why, like, I had this drawn, right? I wouldn't have shorted it, but you can definitely see, like, do you understand why this was just a good target? Just in case this did happen, right? Even though we hit sell side, it's not a fair value gap at short because we hit sell side, but it's still like, it's still important to draw. Okay, there you go. I'll do delta bar. Okay, so this is what I like to look at. Okay, like that right here. So how do I read these? So basically, right, these pink and blue numbers are important, right? The pink ones are here, the blue ones right here. Okay, I look for something called stacks. So what I look for is, by the way, here's a 0 with the bid, right? This is the bid, this is the ask. You read them diagonally. So basically what you kind of read them as is, this 0 connects with this 43. This 6 connects this is 91. And this means there's 91 contracts bought versus 6 sold. 115 contracts bought versus 26 sold. 777 bought versus 250 sold. All at the same exact area. So when I see 3 or more of these blue numbers, which means this is an imbalance, right? When I see 3 or more of these blue numbers, that means it's a stack. So this was the fair value gap I kind of drew, but it was like I didn't really like it because there just wasn't, we never barely swept this equal high. So I kind of drew this fair value gap, but like you can see right here, okay, this gave me a lot of confidence. Like this would have given me a lot of confidence to even go heavier in that play or even take it, right? So when you see these, they're very important, and I like to see if they line up with fair value gaps, right? So basically all I need to know is 3 or more of these blue numbers means it's just a strong spot to buy in. Okay, same with the sell numbers, right? 1, 2, 3. This is a strong spot to sell in, right? So like this is a stack, but I probably want to take this stack, right? There's stacks you have to know what to take or not, right? If you see like a B FEG, it's maybe not being A+, but it's also lined up with a stack, then maybe you would take it. But if I see like this fair value gap right here, right? I know there's equal highs above here. I probably just want to short this even if it's stacked. But I'll keep note that it is stacked. And NQ, we almost had buy side, but we didn't. So like, it all is in context, right? You still have to apply ICT to this. This is a stack I wouldn't really short. But what you can expect is because this is so stacked to the short side, I'd expect like a big green candle here stopping these guys out because this is so stacked. Okay, if we look back in time, you can see something like this is stacked. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And what happens? We hit it right here and we go like 3 points off it, and then we eventually break it. But you can still see like this is from an ICT standpoint. This is not something we were long, right? But it still technically works for like 3 points. There's really no other good stacks that I see. Yeah, there's like no other good stacks that I see right now. So since this morning, that was like the only good stack, which tells me the volume's pretty low. This was stacked 1, 2, 3, 4, but that was pre-market. So yeah, that's how I kind of use them. You'll get used to it. I'll kind of check them from time to time, or I'll have them on my separate screen to show you if I have something that I like. But this is the secret sauce right here. I use this chart basically. I bought Lifetime. It's like a $1,300 fee on NinjaTrader, and I bought Lifetime to make the fees, right? See, look at this right here, right? We've untapped buy side on NQ, fair value gap right here, right? No matter if this is short stacked, I don't really care. I still want to short it because I know we buy side above. But I paid the fee to get lower contract fees, which was nice, and then the footprints came with it, which is even better. So that's an investment you want to make. It's fine. I like bought Ninja way before I started the premium. It was like a month before I started the premium. I think I bought it. So I didn't even have a Discord channel when I bought this. It was kind of just an investment that I made before. Also, I'll do a lesson on the delta another time, but I also like looking at delta too. By the way, this whole live is being recorded and will be uploaded to my YouTube. Not publicly though. I'm not uploading this one publicly. I got another video idea. So now what? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Now you just gotta wait. It really, today has not given us as much opportunity as we got last week. Like, there's really nothing we can do here. And you just gotta wait here. As we know, Mondays are the consolidation days, so we could just consolidate the rest of the day. Again, I'm still gonna keep the same target of buy side. I'm not really mega bearish yet. We're rejecting this with quite some displacement here, which I don't like. The footprint charts to me are kind of like a 3D thing. Like, it's like a, just like how I do 3D analysis between all the indexes, right? This is something that adds to my conviction and stuff, right? How do I get this off? Oh, there we go. By the way, I started using Windows 11. I don't know if I like it yet. No, I'm in Windows, but this is Windows 11. It's like, no, Windows 11 has been out. I've always had Windows 10, so it's like really weird. Yeah, it's like a weird GUI. Yeah, I don't really know if I like Windows 10 better. Look. Yeah. 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 Like, the Windows is kind of just more basic and easier to work with, I guess. I don't know. I know. If you guys think there's anything you can enter it here, there's not a single thing that can be entered here, right? There's nothing. So you should not be pressing buttons right now. PMs. Okay, I just catch up with some stuff if I don't like this price action. Like, it's not that I don't like this price action. It's just not giving. It's just not volatile enough. There's no displacement over any highs or lows to really give us anything. There's no fair value gaps. So there's not much I can do here besides talk like a madman. I gotta upload a thread this week as well. Oh, this is so boring. I'm like watching footprint charts as well for like a delta flip here. Like, that also helps me a little bit. Did anyone say anything in chat? Yeah, exactly, McGuire. I never would have taken that either. See, and like this is, even though this fair value gap worked, it's just something you have to learn. It's not really a good one to take, and you'll learn it through experience. Like, you'll learn it through me saying it, but you'll also learn it yourself if you take it when I say not to and you lose. Right? Even though that worked, right? Same kind of, there's going to be a condition in the future where we have more fair value gap, we have on tap buy set above, and you're going to take it and lose. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for right now, Neil. Oh, wait. I see that. Okay. Settings. Hey, I like that. Yeah, I like that much better. Thank you. Let us keep like that. Moisey, what I said is, even though the short worked, is probably not a good setup I would take. I'd rather just wait for the long. I think we're going to go hit these equal lows. And then Q. The 1041. Yeah, the 1041, I in hindsight, I probably should have, but like this one right here, this one was good. This one was not, right? This one, along with our bias, it worked out for 5 handles, whatever. Yeah, this looks bearish, I'm not gonna lie. What happened for YM is we rejected this, retraced back to this, and use this in inversion. That sucks. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get the long I want today. Which is fine, but... I think we're going back to the low. Just everything. There's nothing saying to go long yet. So there's gonna be a lot of ICT traders trying to long today. Like there's gonna be so many on Twitter who are gonna be taking losses trying to long this. Just again, like I said, not a 15-minute fair value gap order taken, but it's still important to mark. And this is why I said if you were long, you should probably get out here, right, or most out there. I never said all, but I said you should get out most there. Okay. But there's going to be a lot of ICT traders on Twitter who tried to long and got wrecked. Right? It was also an hourly fair value gap as well, which I didn't even realize. My guess is we put in a low today or tomorrow, and then we get the bullish set up for later in the week. But right now, you can't really, nothing really to long yet. Right? The only good long was the 1 minute right here. Or not right there, but you know, the turtle soup entry is probably a little better. This was more of a B long, B setup long. Just nothing yet. None of these bearish VD areas are getting violated, right? That's the number one thing you got to look for. These are all getting respected. Even though we hit sell side right here, right? You still respected this fair value gap. Here, nobody. I'll just hear my settings, and you can just watch the recording when I upload this to YouTube later. There's the that stack did end up working, right? It's still important to know it was stacked. It did end up working, but I don't really care. Definitely a boring day. Okay, I like what NQ's doing here. NQ is holding this 15-minute fair value gap very nicely. Okay, it's also a 5-minute fair value gap. So as long as we hold this, we should still go hit this high. Okay, that's still what I want. Can so I'm gonna be live a few PM sessions. Today would be a great day to go live PM session because I bet you will get us set up, and I would have learned it, but I can't today because I gotta go do some woodwork. Tomorrow I might be able to. Tomorrow is the day before CPI, so what's setting up here? Yes, exactly. Low resistance liquidity. We have a possible SMT here. So you can see like we have a mini SMT from like this low to where is it? Like, oh wait, maybe not. Maybe it was a low. I swear I saw an SMT. 1 minute maybe. Okay, it's with YM. So YM we have an SMT. Gym time, yeah, I'm gonna. It's gym time. You did call the long earlier. Now that I realize. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Yeah, I know. Let's get some follow through. There's no follow through in anything. Very nice. Hemanth. Oh yeah, I did call that long. I remember, yeah. I remember, yeah. I forgot I called that. So remember this fair value cap in mark. Taman said, "Would this be good long?" And I said, "Yeah, probably." Not my model, right? It's not my model to long because, you know, this is in the buy side of the curve and this looks like a sell side of the curve. So I wait for a confirmation setup off of this. But like I said, long entry for this wasn't bad. I don't know if did anyone else take this? You probably forgot I said that, but I did say this. He asked me, would this be good long? And I said, yeah. You took it stocks or not? Nice. Yeah, I forgot about it, if I'm being honest. Nice. I don't like how these equal lows here now. Did this even go 5? Yeah, this didn't even go 5 points. Nice. Daddy's back if I take a play yet. Not on a live stream, no. Not yet. Today's not really a good day to alert anything. I might have to wait till after CPI to alert something on stream. I don't know how the price action is going to be tomorrow. DB, you missed last Thursday afternoon. I literally alerted a banger. You're probably working though. Yeah, ES is lagging a lot. The macro time is in 10 minutes. This might not get ran till the macro time. Do you still have to stay up all night, DB, for stuff? Thank you, McGuire. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I should have taken this, But today's a day you definitely should have been a lot more disciplined. So I'm not seeing any textbook stuff. I've seen a lot of B setups. Not really any A plus setups, I'm not going to lie. Oh, okay, so that's not a normal thing. Yeah, it's because of YM, I know. YM is being dumb. Footprint charts aren't really telling me anything either. We engineered 3 equal highs right here. That's something to take into account. This is not really like a play you should take, but like, okay, well, never mind. I was just gonna say, like, the fact that we engineered 3 highs right there tells me what we're gonna push up at least to this high, at least to this high. Your mom? Come on, don't be rude. Oh, YM. Yeah, YM is your mom. So we still have that nice SMT in YM. YM is your mom. Yes, it is. What's ES then? This was the breakaway gap down here, McGuire. Right here. This was a breaker right here. This is a breaker and a fair value gap. This is the breakaway gap. Why is this a breakaway gap? Is because it's a breaker right here, right? We should not expect us to retrace into this. Man, I wish I longed this. What about this NQ after taking sell side liquidity Asia charging fair value gap and jumping? All I think, Michael, is we're gonna hit buy side here in NQ. That's all I think. Okay, if you couldn't tell already, I was in that long. I'm out here. Alright, well, if you couldn't tell by my quietness, I was in that. Okay, so we got buy side hit. This fair value gap respected. This breaker respected. We had low resistance liquidity. Was anyone type 1 if you took that? Or, oh, wait, no, do not type 1 if you took that. I do not care yet. For you guys who have been in here, type 1 if you kind of understood I was in that without actually saying it. Okay, so you guys who have been in here a while know that. Right, I made it very obvious, right? I had buy side marked. I marked this low resistance liquidity. Remember last time I took the low resistance liquidity run? Alright. Again, boring day. Just I could have alerted that, but I know you guys probably knew I was already in that. We knew we were bullish, right? So we want to see these respected, right? This looked like a nice Judas swing down. So I'm going to update in the index commentary. All right. We're coming up to this hourly low resistance liquidity now. Definitely going to be interesting to see what we do here, whether we break it or not. Discount is right here. We could still do this. My end goal is still this high right here. Yeah, now that we hit buy side and we expect Monday to be consolidation day, it's like I don't want to predict when this is going to break up. I know it will, I don't know when. Wow, this was a good long. I gotta go back in the recording and listen to when I said that. Chris, I entered right here. It was combined with this breaker block, and we had low resistance liquidity, so I didn't take that on futures though. Nice, Allie. You logged the SMT. Good job. So you can see I had the SMT marked right as well. YM hit low of day. We never hit it on NQ or ES, right? That's a bullish SMT. Devander, I think they're both strong in their own ways. Definitely both strong in their own way. Yeah. So again, I'm very, very sorry, right? If you're cussing me out because you're like, oh, you didn't alert that long entry, okay? I totally get it, right? What happened last week? Same thing I did in the morning. I marked buy side, marked sell side, hinted at a sort of entry, and then we got it and it worked. Okay, I came back that afternoon and I actually alerted a play. I literally alerted straight up, but again, this is supposed to be more educational, right? I'll still alert sometimes, as you know, but this is just, I hope you're not mad at me for not learning that, because I kind of made it obvious, right? You'll understand the more you're in here. But I could come back and alert a play straight up tomorrow. It just depends on the price action. I don't feel super comfortable with this price action today. It's not bad. It's just not great. At least my bias is right. No stress, man. You don't have to play anything. Patience is more of a virtue. Thank you. I love that movie quote. Patience is a virtue. Yeah, it is slow. That's why I'm not. If like it's hard to hold through stuff like this. Again, hopefully you understood the bias. It's literally like watching paint dry, right? The slower price action is, the more you're gonna try to find things to get you out. Like, oh, we have equal lows here, equal highs here, right? The faster it is, the faster you expect it to work. So you don't really have to come up with those reasons. But slower it is, you're gonna come up with a lot of reasons to try to get out of the trade. Yeah, so basically, right, what I saw was I marked this low resistance liquidity. I asked you guys, I said, what is forming? Okay, and I said low resistance liquidity. Okay, and see this V-shaped recovery model? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right, this V-shaped recovery model. It's like the box setup where this looks like a Judah swing down. We violate this bearish PD array, right? We violate this, we break above it, and then we get a fair value gap aligned with this green candle right here, right? This breaker, okay? So we break above it. Now I want to see it use as support. And yeah, and also another thing, as I always teach this, whenever we get really close to this buy side, but we don't hit it, we always come back and hit it later, right? See how close we got, but we never hit it, right? We always come back to it later. So that was my other theory, right? We got so close to it, but we didn't hit it. So I was like, okay, we're probably gonna come back to it later. Yeah, and yeah, regular trading hours gap too, I guess. That's another reason. I didn't really know that, but. Coming back inside this hourly fair value gap. Yeah, if you didn't catch that, don't feel bad. If you cut any long today and you waited and you didn't short this morning and you waited for the long, then that's better on your part, because that's gonna teach you to go in the direction of liquidity. Literally at open, we could have pumped it off open, right? I just didn't know, right? I had this marked at open. We could have pumped off that. Okay, did we? No, we didn't. But it was still a possibility, which is why I didn't want to take shorts at open. Even though they kind of worked, right? I didn't. Is it good if you longed all day and waited out the drawdown? Not necessarily. LP trades, caught 5 handles using the 5-minute gap, 1040 gap. Okay, nice. Thank you for helping me stay patient. Yeah, good job. Like I said this was probably a good long. This would have been a good long right here. We just never got the retracement. Bye, Ellie. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yo, Mr. Greens, answer my DM. I still want this high right here. This is gonna be rough. We really gotta violate this fast, right? It's 11:55. It's the macro time. I know this is a 2-minute fair value gap. Same with this. I want this to be violated, right? This low resistance liquidity, right? There's a lot of buys. There's a lot of stops setting up here. NQ moving way better. Yeah, NQ is moving better. That's why I took NQ. Just see how more algorithmic this one looks on NQ. Like, see how more algorithmic this looks versus like there's really no like this is really, really steep, right? This is way too steep for this to be algorithmic, right? I don't like the steep ones. It has to be like at least like a slope, like a hill. We got a fair value gap right here. We already hit buy side, so it's not something that long, but it's still, we're still expecting this to work because why? Because I want ES to hit this high. And also remember what I said yesterday in class about low resistance liquidity. Right? This is low resistance liquidity. If I move this over, right, this is technically us breaking this low resistance liquidity. So we have a high here, high here, high here, high here. So like once one of them gets broken, we usually just slice through them, which is the cause for kind of these big green candles here. We never quite hit this one, unfortunately, but I would expect us to. Yeah, it's because Monday's the consolidation day, right? It's the first day of the week. So if you're thinking about it from like a Power 3 perspective, it's a consolidation day, right? Just like the first quarter, just like the first day of the month. Yes, Friday's move was so great too. That's my hope, Zoru. ICT is going to come tweet later when this buy side gets hit, right? He's going to come tweet saying, like, oh, I told you so. But, yeah, you didn't tell us the big move down is coming first. That's why I hate drawing buy side when it's really high. So far this is working. About 6 points out this fair value gap. Okay, so there's that high. Finally. Okay, like I said, I expected this to work. Why? Because even though we hit buy side, this is still low resistance liquidity. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So even though we've hit the first buy side, it's still low resistance liquidity, so I still expect this fair value gap to work. this high hits, I'm gonna get off live after this. I go do some work. I'm curious, did anyone log this in NQ? Okay, nice. But triple equal highs here now. Macro ends in 8 minutes. Thank you, McGuire. All right, I want your guys' opinion on something real quick. Do you think, like, am I actually, like, teaching? Someone made it, like, I'm not gonna call this person out. Okay, they seem like a good trader. Okay, I have respect for them. Okay, I'm currently DMing them right now. You know who you are. I'm just curious, like, how rate 1 to 10. Like, am I educating you guys? Like, how much education do you think I'm actually doing? Like, I'm still calling out the bias as well, but I'm also like I'm also educating, right? Okay, good. I'm just making sure. I don't want to have any miscommunications. So NQ just took out these equal highs. NQ kind of lagging a little bit, taking out this high. Back within 7 minutes. Okay, perfect. Ugh, come on, don't do this to me on Q. Okay, I'm just making sure. Yeah, Nicole, I'll try more. I did last week. I don't think you were in the call when I did last week. Unfortunately. Oh, that sucks. Well, we hit 3 of the highs, 3 out of 4, which is unfortunate. I'm still expecting this high to be hit. That sucks. Damn. So like I said, this is going to be rough, right? This is a 15-minute fair value gap. I figured this would be rough. Well, rip. Yeah, it's the lunchtime price action. It is a macro though, so like you can. The main thing you should notice is like we had those nice equal highs there, and what happened is we formed this equal high, and you can just see even the live equal highs, right? As soon as we break them, we just dump to these equal lows. It's tough. This is what you get on Mondays, right? Consolidation days. Nothing you can do about it. Out of options, are you still in here? Okay, you are. Alright, I'll DM you in a second. What's YM? Yeah, YM, there's no displacement to the upside yet in YM, right? Even though this is a fair value gap I'd want to long out of, right? There's no displacement up yet. Higher time frames definitely still bearish here. I'm still going to leave buy side where I haven't marked. We might not even hit it today. You could wait for tomorrow. At least we got some of the move I wanted, right? I wasn't fully bearish going in today. We got the reversal I wanted, right? So at least we kind of did half of what I wanted. We just didn't complete it. Mr. Turner. Yeah, I feel that, Mr. Turner. Again, I know most people in here, they'll know when I'm like kind of hinting at something. I know you're new. You'll figure it out. Yeah, I know you're new, so you'll figure it out. And like I said, I came on last afternoon. Sometimes I'll alert, sometimes I won't. Just depends. A lot of the fair value, like if I say a fair value gap, I wouldn't like I 100% want to take it. Like I will not take it. But if I kind of draw it down, I don't mention anything about it. Then that could be maybe a possible entry. Right? Like I still have this drawn out. And I'm not saying not to take this, so hopefully you kind of get the hint. Yeah, maybe I won't. I really don't. All right, yeah, I'll stop doing that then. I learned to wait with patience. Yes, it's very mentally painful. Hamath. Right, that's what I used to do too. A lot. Yeah, McGuire, that spaces from ICT was this really good. It's all about timing. I was in ICT concept spaces after, and I kind of talked about it a little bit about like the timing and timing aspect of it and stuff. So like, it's just so important to understand. Yeah, listen to Sully. Sully's been here quite a while. Sebo says, I think you get a lot of context so you can make your own decision. Exactly. I'm not responsible for any of you guys, right? That's the one thing you have to understand. I'm not responsible for any of your trades. I'm responsible for my own trades, and that's it. Whether I alert them or not. Right? I know I'm probably gonna. Earlier I tried to learn that long. Remember I tried to learn that long, but then at the last second I'm like, yeah, I'm taking it off. Right? That was a legitimate play where I was going to alert that, and I kind of changed my mind. Right? So, to answer you, Mr. Turner plus EV, right? That's a trade where I learned a lot of time and I kind of changed my mind. Okay, and yeah, and like again, like I said, we'll see. I think this high is gonna hit, right? Like I said 5 minutes ago or 2 minutes ago, whenever I said it. Okay, does anyone remember what I said about this fair value gap? Anyone remember? No, that's not what I said. All I said was, this is a fair value gap I'm not telling you not to take. Right? It's like a fair value gap I've drawn and I'm not telling you not to take it. Yeah. You can go back to the recording later if you want to hear me say it, but that offered a nice like 10-point move, even if we don't hit this high from when I said it. Even like when we pulled back into here, right, this fair value gap, right, this worked for like a 10-point scalp or whatever. I still want this high to be hit. It's just macro just ended, 12:10. The macro just ended. Okay, so probably would be all out of everything here just because we didn't run this during the macro time. So I'll probably just come back at 130, see what price is giving us, right? We can come back at 130, see a whole different setup, right? That's what I like about coming back later and just stopping, you know. Yeah, NQ just it moves quicker, as I noticed. Like it moves a lot quicker. There's a lot more happening than 1 minute. Like just ES is just lollygagging right now. Well, NQ is holding this order block with an untapped high above. So like it moves quicker. It doesn't take that long to get used to. Yeah, plus EV. I'll just give the setups a grade. Yeah, that's fine. ICT mentions that in macro times the move begins but doesn't have to end. Did he say that in the spaces? I was only there for like half the spaces. Did he say that? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I prefer the liquidity to be purged during the macro time. That's what I like the best. Like the macros time, during the macros time. Yes, I can and kid. We got 5 equal lows. We're gonna break these. There it is. 5 equal lows. Bye bye. Thank you. I'm glad, Bobby. Sell model now. I'm not going to answer that question. I'll come back at 1:30 and I'll see what I see. I want to say I don't think so. As long as this holds, then no. Not a sell model yet, right? If I see a lot of displacement under this and then I start seeing like some bearish setups, then yeah, we're going to go back probably. But if you look at the 4 hour on NQ, right? What do you see here? We see a big candle pumping out of a fair value gap here, right? This is still a buy model on the higher time frame, you know. So still a buy model on the higher time frame. Do you see PR? Yeah. So the higher time frame saying no, the siren is not going off in my head saying this is a sell model yet. Okay, this is not a sell model. This is a buy model. Just because the higher time frame, right? Now, if this candle closes it in 1 hour and 45 minutes and we fade this whole candle, then yeah. But I want to see how this candle closes first. We have 5-minute equal highs up here as well. Stifler, did you get that? Mr. Turner answered. It'll for the next month, if you failed, you have to pay for the reset. If you don't fail and you're still in it the next month, then what happens is that's 80% off. Alright, so resets until 50% off at midnight tonight. My advice to you is I would not reset accounts. I would just wait for another discount. You can reset if you want, if there's not going to be a discount, but typically I like to wait for the you want to wait for the discounts. Okay, this is, before I go, the last thing I would say to draw is this 15-minute order block combined with this inverse fair value gap on NAS. Okay, this is going to be the next spot to look for a long setup if I get it. Knowing that we kind of have these 15-minute equal highs, right? This relative equal highs right here in NQ, right? So that's the next thing I'll be watching. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. For now, I got to go do some work. I'll be live PM session tomorrow. Okay, for you guys who don't come in here sometimes because I don't alert every day, right? I guarantee you there's going to be a time I alert and you aren't in here. So for you guys who want the alert, just make sure you're in here because I will just randomly throw out an alert sometimes. So just, yeah, got to be patient. All right, well, I'll see you guys later for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today. And Levi, I see you in here. I didn't see you in here earlier. That's why I didn't call you up. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, I'll be in chat probably today still, so keep checking chat. I'll probably have some conversation with people on where price is going this afternoon. So, and maybe post some index commentary stuff. So keep checking that. All right, peace. Yo, hello? Yeah, hello? How's it going? No, you're good, you're good. How's it going, man? Okay. Would you mind telling me the setup you took? Oh, 8 o'clock. So before I was on stream. Yeah. 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 Okay. So yeah, I totally get that. Again, so you tried taking a trade in a time where you should not be trading. You should either wait for. So 5 a.m. is the last time you should be taking a trade, or at 8:30. You should wait for setups at 8:30. Yeah, again, it doesn't look like a bad setup to me either, but just the timing of that, right? I agree with you on where buy side is, right? I agree with you on that, but just the timing of the market, it doesn't really look like, just the timing is just not a good time to take a play, you know? So yeah, do you see my screen right now? Yeah, and when the market opened, right, did you see any long setups after 8:30? Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so the good thing to notice is you had to draw right. Okay, when you have to draw right, it all comes down to timing, right? We're at 8:09, right? We're not at the 8:30 time we're at, right? Even though on Q right now, if you look at on Q, see my screen. Even though I think we're about to pump up to here, okay, why am I not taking this? Just because it's 12:22. I don't think it's a good time to take this. So it's all comes down to timing. And when the market opened, right, there's never, ever, ever a market structure shift with a fair value gap to go long after the market opened, right? You see that, right? Yeah, so there's never, ever a market structure shift to go long after the market opened. Okay, the only really good one we got was like this, but even this wasn't really that much displacement over it. But it still worked. Why? Because I think the draw on liquidity is still up. So that's why you kind of see it still work, even though this wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, I got. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. That did you hear us talking in chat about how someone said they would have taken it? Like if they took the one loss, they wouldn't have entered another long. Remember? Yeah. So it's kind of goes to that. Yeah, that's fine. I kind of trade both. Um, so yeah. Yeah, no, you're not wrong.